So in this matchup, we have the Steel Curtain against the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, I say Steel Curtain because that's just the nickname that everybody knows. They're not the defense they used to be. I expect wide receivers to play extremely, extremely well in this game. You're going to have Antonio Brown, who's finally getting the targets that he should have gotten all season from Big Ben, doing really well. And A.J. Green is just going to be too much for the very weak Pittsburgh secondary. Running the ball is better for Pittsburgh than Cincinnati. Cincinnati running backs are, running back 2 at best, at absolute best. I'd avoid them altogether, really. But James Conner on the Pittsburgh side is almost game plan proof at this point. He's part of the running and passing attack. So even when they're behind, he's getting the ball a lot. You'll have the odd game where he doesn't do well. He's not as experienced a runner as Bell was, but the offense really is essentially the same as it was when Le'Veon Bell was there. It's very, very focused on using the running back in both the running and passing attack, and James Conner is going to be a great play because of that. Again, Antonio Brown is getting the targets that he's supposed to get again. So he's going to be a lock at wide receiver 1. So is A.J. Green. Andy Dalton, I would expect to have a much better game than Big Ben. If nothing else, because their offensive game plan is going to be more focused on the passing than the Steelers. And so Big Ben's more like a QB2. Dalton really is 2, but on the higher end of that. But I would expect Cincinnati to come out with a W here. They're just a more consistent team right now. They don't have the locker room turmoil, and that's a weird thing to say for Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh matchups, where traditionally the Bengals were the team that had all of the drama going on, and Pittsburgh was just solid as a rock. That's just not the case this year, and I would expect Pittsburgh to have their usual very, very strong offense, but because they haven't been able to fix their defense, they're not going to be able to stop Cincinnati in this matchup. So fantasy implication-wise, stay away from both defenses. Dalton, A.J. Green, Conner, and Antonio Brown will all be strong plays. I would kind of avoid everybody else if you can. This is the Nerdy Sports Fan, and follow me on my Instagram to get my weekly fantasy football picks, and check out the rest of the videos for the fantasy football implications of the other games through the week.